Hi friends, I'm back. This is Christine with a K. Hi. I have my kitty cat Hershey laying on my lap right now, and he's purring very loud, so if you hear him or if you hear a noise, you're like, what is that? Chances are it's him. You need a little mommy lap time. Today I just wanted to touch base just on a couple of things that I've done that I need to with as being executor of my parents' estate. And as you remember, executor means when your loved one passes away, you are basically responsible for closing out their earthly life. Making sure services are turned off. If the mortgage if the mortgage still needs to be paid, work with the mortgage company to pay that off. If your loved one was renting, then letting the landlord know and packing that apartment up or emptying that apartment as quickly as you can to get out, because they want to rent that as soon as possible. And just pay last bills and just oversee the business side of the death. And one of the things that comes with being an executor is, from my experience, is that your name is made public. For us, it was through the county. And there are real estate people who just get this list of the newest executors or whatever. And I've had a couple of phone calls, but I got a ton of letters from all of these different people wanting to buy my parents' house. No real estate agent, no fees, blah 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 blah, and pay you for it, and it'll be done and over with. They're a legitimate business. They have every right to do what they're doing, but it's extremely upsetting to get when my father's only been gone a couple of weeks and I start getting these letters. It's very upsetting for a number of reasons. Number one, I feel like it's like ambulance chasing. And number two, I know I have to sell the house. And this is the house that my sister and I grew up in. We both went to proms in that house. We both got married and had, some of our bridal photos taken in that house. Like, I know what we need to do with the house, and to have some strangers just bombard me with letters saying, oh, we can make it super easy for you. It didn't feel like it would be easy, and it just felt like a lot of pressure. What we ended up doing is my sister knows everybody, or she knows somebody who knows everybody. She knew of a realtor, and it was a father and daughter business, and they specified in estate sales. So this was perfect. They understand what it's like to work with a grieving family and to have to empty this house that holds a lot of memories for the family. And so just being unbelievably kind and considerate and empathetic. And I just have to say, Amy just held my hand every step of the way. One of the perks of having all the documentation that we've been talking about over these videos, having things ready and knowing where digital files are stored and all that came really in handy when it came time to sell the house, because I have to show proof that I am the executor and that I had power of attorney, and I have to provide death certificates. So I had all those documents ready to go. Just all I had to do was send an email. She goes, you are so organized. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. And so you definitely have to find a realtor who you click with, who you feel understands your situation, and who will be empathetic and not just be like, empty the house, get rid of everything so we could sell it. She was very helpful with that. And she even hooked us up with a local franchise to to get rid of the things that we couldn't sell or nobody wanted. And we set a record for their real estate office with the most showings in a single weekend, Friday to Sunday, 100 showings. And the street that we lived on was 1 car wide, and it's a dead-end street, and not really any place to turn around. That street was packed all weekend long. It was a show for the neighbors, I'm sure. So yeah, so that is one of the big, was probably the biggest job that I had so far as executor, was selling the house. And like I said, Amy, our realtor, she was fantastic. She held our hands every step of the way, and she was very accommodating, and she was just awesome. So that's all I have to say about that. The other thing about being an executor is you oversee the finances. So the estate. So the estate is, whatever my folks had left in checking and savings, the sale of the house, and my dad had a classic car, which we have to find a buyer for. And so eventually that, would go into the account as well. And as the executor, I'm responsible for using those funds to pay any incoming bills, which right now there aren't any, though I'm kind of thinking there might be one more from where he got his cancer treatment in the hospital where he was in for the last couple days of his life. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's been 7 months and I still haven't gotten anything, so I don't know. But as the executor, make sure you work with an estate attorney, because they will give you really good advice about how much money you need to keep in the account. Just don't think oh, we have this cash, I get to split it with my siblings evenly, boom, 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 everybody gets a check and we walk away. You need to keep some funds in there for a period of time in case there's any last minute things pop up. My understanding is creditors, people who say that you have that your loved one had bills with them, have 1 year from their passing to claim payment. So we have a few more months left, and then after the anniversary of my dad's death, if any bills come in, if there's no money left in the account, then we just say you had your chance. I don't know why it took you over a year to send a bill. And our estate attorney, she told me you need to keep X amount of dollars in the account for any incidentals that might pop up. So that's just something to keep, just to keep in the back of your mind. And because it's real easy to say, oh, look at this, and just get rid of it, disperse it, when really you might need to hold on to some of it, just in case anything pops up at the last minute. So if you have a home to sell or any other assets like a car, boat, motorcycle, anything of significant value that you have to sell, make sure that you find somebody who can help you do that and who's reputable and who's empathetic and will work with you and isn't trying to take you for a ride. And number 2, you're going to want to leave a certain amount of money in your loved one's estate in case for any last minute bills, unexpected things pop up. So those are my 2 things for today. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for coming back and watching and listening. And if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions about anything in particular that you'd like me to talk about, or any questions to answer, just type them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. Make sure you like this video. It really helps the channel. And make sure you subscribe, because I'm getting back into it now. So you want to be able to see the latest and greatest that comes out for me. Okay, all right, friends. We're having beautiful late summer, almost fall weather here where I am. So hopefully the sun is shining where you are. Maybe you can get out and take a stroll, just let the sunshine hit your face. Okay, friends. So until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.